Welcome to this Tactical Fly Fisher fly tying tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be tying for you the Mop. This is a fly that's gotten a lot of attention for good and bad over the last couple of years, depending upon who you talk to. But it's a fly that, although a lot of people have chosen not to fish, those who have certainly seen its benefits, and it's definitely a fly that's worth having in your box and trying out on any given day. This happens to be a cream one, and you can tie the Mop on a jig hook with a regular slotted bead like I have on this fly, or you can tie it with a straight nymph hook with one of our new inverting tungsten beads. And so in order to do that, I have just a straight nymph hook here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of super glue on the front end of the hook, and then flip the vise upside down and go ahead and jam that there, and I'll look at it to make sure that I have the bead in alignment, and I do. And I'm just going to take some tan thread here. This is A. Uni, but you could use any number of different tan threads. And I want a thread base. One of the things that I have done with the mops that I tie that I don't see on a lot of other mops is I do like to have a thread base that's fairly thick, and then I like to put a little layer of super glue on that and actually tie the Mop down along the whole shank of the hook. When I first saw this fly, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago from a fellow competitor, they just tied it in right at one point, and it kind of came off at an angle and the hook was free, but the Mop tends to foul that way, and it also ends up spinning your line, and I've had a lot of fish come off because they don't get hooked securely that way. So to make the fly more durable, to help it not to spin in the water, and to solve those hooking issues, I tie it a little bit differently now as a result. So first, I'm going to put just a thin layer of super glue on the back. That'll keep this thing from rotating or turning once it's tied in, because I'm not going to do many layers of thread here. A lot of people would just tie it in right here and call it good. I am going to put one turn that's spaced, just spaced turns like 3 to 4 on my way back and 3 to 4 on my way forward. And even though that compresses the Mop and makes it look not all that, it doesn't look the same, quite as bulbous up here in the front, and it might have what would look like an improper taper, but I promise you that it'll fish better and be more durable. So all we have to do now is just add a little dubbing for a collar, and hairser would work. You could do a dark ice dubbing. This happens to be a UV2 scud dubbing, but like I say, just about any dubbing would work. You can add some contrast, or you can try and make it the same color as the fly. This dubbing is pretty close to the bead, and all I'm going to do now is put some super glue on my thread. Go ahead and make a few turns and whip finish, and that's it. That's the Mop fly, and it is stupid simple, and at times it catches fish like crazy. At other times it's one of those flies that doesn't work at all. So it's one of those patterns that you should just give a try on any given day on any river that you're on. You may be surprised with a bunch of fish. You also may come up totally empty and have to go to something a little more orthodox. But if you liked what you saw here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Tactical Fly Fisher, as well as Instagram. And you can buy the mop bodies and all the other materials for this and our other tutorial patterns at tacticalflyfisher.com. Thanks for watching.